gentlemen, and welcome to the Diversion Authority Finance Committee meeting for June 24th, 2026. I call the meeting to order. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis.
Here.
Mayor Mahoney. Here. Mayor Carlson. Mr. Steen.
Here.
Ms. Thompson.
Here.
Mr. Ebbinger.
Here.
Mr. Redlinger.
Here.
Mr. Grimberg.
Here.
Mr. Pepcorn. Mr. Capitan.
Here.
Mr. Reitz. Ms. Heinley. Quorum is present.
Thank you, Don. First, next order of business is to approve the minutes of May 27, 2026. They have been distributed and are on page 3 of the packet. Excuse me.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the minutes of May 27th? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next order of business is to approve the order of the agenda. Again, it has been distributed to the Finance Committee.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye to approve the order of the agenda. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 4 is the approval of the bills. We call on Susan Thompson, Finance Director for the City of Fargo. It's on page 5 of the packet.
In front of you is about a dozen invoices. These are bills received through June 17th. They are, the general sort that we see. The largest one at the top is Cass County Joint Water Resources District for $1.5 million. That's primarily land settlements. So the total that we're requesting approval of is $2,536,069.23.
Any questions for Ms. Thompson? I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney. Yes. Mr. Steen.
Here.
Ms.
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Ebbinger.
Yes.
Mr. Redlinger.
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Capitan.
Yes.
That is everyone.
Thank you, Don. Moving on, we are now going to discuss the finances. Susan Thompson, again, it's on page 25 of the packet.
Page 25 lists the revenues, expenditures, and other financing sources. This is historic through year to date. It does include sales tax information. I don't want to steal anyone's thunder farther in the packet, but we do have positive sales tax for the last 3 months, so that is a good sign. What's in the packet is a month old, so we just got a new one, and year to date, at least the city of Fargo is 5.29%, so that's very good news for all of us. The next page, 26, is our statement of net position. So total assets for all 3 funds are $292,472,975. Liabilities, just a few, retainage and a deposit of $159,179. So the net position is $292,313,797. The little box at the bottom is tracking the cash. As you can see, it's been a bit variable. We have been making some of those larger final developer payments. You'll see a change in that again in the next month because we've made quite a few large ones this month. Any questions?
Questions? Ms. Thompson? It's an actionable item, members.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the finance report as presented by Susan Thompson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on, we are now on item number 6. We're going to call on Jason Benson, our Executive Director, for a report on the cash budget. Page 53 of the packet. Mr. Benson.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. As Ms. Thompson had mentioned, the top 2 items, the sales tax, we've had a good year so far. We're pretty much for 5 months into the year through the month of May, steady with where we need to be for our sales tax, and about on average, again, 5 to 10% over last year where we were at this time. So moving along quite well. WIFIA draws, we do expect to see that increase over the next month, and John will be providing an update a little bit later in the board packet on the agenda for that. Outside of those items, everything else is holding pretty steady when it comes to our funding. There's no questions on that. We can go to the next slide, the overall status, level 1 expenditures. When we look at our milestone payments to the developer, those are steadily having an uptick. There has been still a little slowness in receiving those completion elements for payment from the P3 team from RVA. We were expecting to see some more of those in June. They've been pushed into July and August, so we really expect the next 2 to 3 months to be both on the financial side, having us pay out a lot, but also on the staff and administrative side, a lot of effort to review those packets, because anytime that you expect to have these payments get processed over a much larger time frame and they get condensed. But again, we definitely look to see those P3 milestone payments increase significantly between now and August, September time frame. Outside of that, lands were steadily increasing as Justin and the team are finalizing our agreements. We haven't had to go to trial now since last fall, and we've been able to make steady progress there. Third-party MOU mitigation, and in a number of other areas, we've made steady progress as construction season has kicked off, and we're in full swing, and we expect those to continue to go up throughout the summer as the contractors out in the field getting work done. With that, I'd take any questions.
Questions for Mr. Benson? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
This item was an information-only item. We move on to item number 7 on the agenda. And this 2026 cash budget change request, number 24. I'm going to call on Paul Barthol from Jacobs & Company. It's on page 60 of the packet. Good afternoon and welcome, Paul.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. This is basically a housekeeping item that's in front of you. We have been tracking the $17.7 million payment to the Army Corps of Engineers in our program budget. However, last fall, when we put the cash budget together, we did not anticipate the payment to occur in 2026. We had anticipated it at the end of construction, but with the PPA amendment and the $100 million from the Corps that was included in that amendment, there was also language that the authority had to repay within 60 days of receipt of that payment to pay this $17.7 million. So it is just an adjustment to the cash budget to ensure that basically to cover the line item. If you, Peggy, you want to scroll back to the level 1 summary, that you'll see that there is a $17 million overage on next sheet up.
There it is.
Yep. DA payments to the Army Corps, there's a $17 million overage in our cash budget. So this will basically zero that out underneath the budget, adding the budget to the cash budget. So are there any questions on this?
Questions for Mr. Barthol? This is an actionable item. Commissioner, Mr. Grinberg moves to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Susan Thompson. We have a motion and a second to approve the cash budget change request number 24. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney. Yes. Mr. Steen.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Evinger.
Yes.
Mr. Redlinger. Yes. Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Capitan.
Yes.
7-1.
Motion passes. Item number 8, Diversion Authority Board Approval Contracting Actions. We have items A through C. pages 61 through 69. We're going to call on Chris Lockergard, engineer for the diversion. Good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you, Chair Dardis, members of the Finance Committee. Yeah, we have 3 contracting actions for your consideration today. All 3 work packages, so bid results that we've received in the last month. Run through those quick and then take any questions you have and on those when I just run through the overview. The first one is one of our property mitigation sites. It's a larger farmstead on the Minnesota side that we received 2 bids on that one, ranging in price from the $525,000 that you see on the screen to $750,000. Our estimate was $550,000. So a good bid on that. So our recommendation is to award that contract to Schmidt & Sons in the amount of $524,750. The second work package is one of 2 ring levy projects that we bid out here this last month. This is for the Bliley property on the Minnesota side again. This was a project that we opted to do a ring levy around a farmstead to prevent a buyout of some or all of that property. We received 2 bids on that, as you can see. RJ Zavarol was the low bid on that at a little over, right around 1.2 million. Again, our estimate, and the other bid was around 1.3 million. So again, good bids on that project. So our recommendation is to award that to RJ Zavarol in the amount of $1,165,325. And the third item is another ring levy around a cell tower site on the North Dakota side. That's a fairly small levy that we're building, again, to avoid having to move the entire cell tower. So on this one, we received 3 bids, ranging from the low bid of $128,000 up to $350,000. Again, our estimate was just a little shy of $200,000 on this one. So our recommendation is to award that project to Tunheim Construction in the amount of $128,134.90. So with that, I'd stand for any questions you might have on any of those 3 projects that were
Questions for Mr. Lockergard?
Mr. Chairman, Chris, which of the 2 ring levy bids, what budget line item would these amounts come out of?
Say that again.
What budget line item do these amounts come out of?
The Bliley levy would come out of our land management funds, since that was a offset of not making a purchase. I believe the cell tower probably does too, or is that out of our mitigation? Okay. That comes out of our MOU budget for the third parties with the utilities. So, yeah, good question. Thank you for asking that.
Any additional questions for Mr. Lockergard? We can take these as far as the vote on one at a time or all at once.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Steen.
I would move to approve DA Board approval contracting actions 8A, B, and C.
All right, I have a motion for 8A, B, and C. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second. I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Aye.
Mr. Steen.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Ebinger.
Yes.
Mr. Redlinger.
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Capitan.
Aye.
That's everyone.
Thank you, Don. The motion passes. We're on now on other business, item number 9. First item is a resolution authorizing the preparation and distribution of a preliminary official statement for the subordinated sales tax bonds. We call on Mr. John Shockley, attorney for the Diversion Authority. It's on page 72 of the packet. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the Finance Committee. Before you have a resolution that authorizes the distribution of the preliminary official statement for the subordinated sales tax bonds. Just a little brief background. These bonds are being issued as one of the final tranches of construction financing by the Diversion Authority. They'll be in an amount for approximately $255 million. Approximately $35 million of that is to refund 2 capital improvement bonds that are currently held by the city of Fargo, and the remaining amount is to complete capital financing of the project. I would note that there are capital portions of the project that I refer to as trailing capital costs. Even though the project will likely be completed in 2027, there's going to be a few capital costs that remain to be completed as part of the project. For example, the Cheyenne River Mitigation Project and some other mitigation projects that, while not required for operation of the project itself, they are required to be completed to achieve final completion of the project and the mitigation requirements set forth in the permitting requirements. There are a few other capital costs. And so with the budget, we are estimating that we would need the $220 million of remaining funding. And the preliminary official statement is a document that is put out in the market as part of the bond issuance that explains the investment to potential investors as this bond would be sold on the open market. The term of the bond will be a 6-year bond since it is temporary in nature and we're still working to finalize the remaining elements of the project. It'll be interest only for a period of 6 years and then a bullet maturity at the end. While $220 million is obviously a lot of money, and given that it's a $3.2 billion project, we are getting towards the end of the project, so it in proportion, it's not that big as compared to the rest of the project, which is kind of hard sometimes to get your head wrapped around. Happy to answer any questions you might have.
Questions for Mr. Shockley? Please continue, John.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next item I have for the board is a resolution to authorize an amendment to the 50-50 match for the Minnesota funding that we receive, that the authority through the MCC-JPA is receiving. The City of Moorhead and MCC-JPA and Clay County, along with the executive director, worked very hard this last early spring and into early summer to achieve the $10 million funds provided by the state of Minnesota. You'll recall the board had previously approved a 50-50 match for any of the funds that were received from the Minnesota legislature. It has now been made available. There will be a potential additional grant that the City of Moorhead is going to be submitting for lift stations numbers 7 and number 11 in the City of Moorhead. And we'd like to amend the resolution to provide a match for those two grant applications to sort of help prioritize those and stand a better chance of getting the grant applications approved. The 50-50 match wouldn't apply unless Moorhead actually receives approval on those two grant applications.
Any questions for Mr. Shockley on that?
Chairman, then,
Mr. Grinberg.
John, then this amendment then, in essence, validates the request Moorhead's going to make to the state of Minnesota?
Correct. It essentially allows them to say, we'll get into, for every dollar the state of Minnesota gives in addition under this grant, they'll get $1 from the Diversion Authority.
Anyone else? All right, please continue.
My final item.
Oh, did you have
I think
something?
Mr. Dar's thing, we've got two resolutions here first that might,
I'll go back and do them, I promise.
well, you've got other items coming up in the next agenda. Maybe the resolutions now would be best. Promise.
Okay?
I would move to approve
9A,
9 and A, B resolutions at this point.
I have a motion and a second to approve items 9A and 9B. A motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Don, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Dardis.
Yes.
Mayor Mahoney.
Aye.
Mr. Steen.
Yes.
Ms. Thompson.
Yes.
Mr. Ebinger.
Yes.
Mr. Redlinger.
Yes.
Mr. Grimberg.
Aye.
And Mr. Capitan.
Aye.
That is everyone.
I'd ask Mr. Shockley to continue with 9C.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the Finance Committee. I have a pretty short update on the WIFIA loan process. We are currently working on our next draw request from US EPA WIFIA. The draw that will be going in the next few days will be for $105 million. Approximately, there's a few extra $1,000 attached to that. As part of the WIFIA draw process, we have a review of the invoices, and then we do a final submission of the invoices. Generally, WIFIA processes our applications very quickly, and you'll see those funds appear in the Diversion Authority account sometime in July. Currently, we have quite a bit of funds left to draw down from the WIFIA loan. As Executive Director Benson had noted, we're still waiting on a lot of the pay requests from the developer, so we haven't fully drawn down that loan amount. So happy to answer any questions you might have, but pretty straightforward report on the WIFIA.
Any questions on the WIFIA update? No? Okay, thank you. It's a prerogative of the chair to call the next guy out of order. Mr. Benson.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. Today, I want to recognize 3 members of the Finance Committee. This will be their last committee meeting. Not present today, but Commissioner Dave Pepcorn from the City of Fargo has been on the Finance Committee for a number of years. I want to thank him for his service to this committee, as well as Mayor Mahoney as our overall diversion chair. We'll be discussing his tenure as in his past role over 4 times as being the diversion chair and his tomorrow, but want to thank you for your service to this committee over the years and to your service to the overall diversion project really ever since the 2009 flood and everything you've done since then. So and then for our committee chair, on behalf of the MFDA staff and board, our vice chair, Mr. Steen, is going to present you with a gift. We're pleased to recognize you for the many accomplishments that Mayor Dardis has made in support of permanent flood protection. He joined the MFDA board within months of becoming the elected mayor in 2018 for West Fargo and assumed the role of Finance Committee chairman soon after. He previously worked through his leadership role at the Fargo-Moorhead West Fargo Chamber of Commerce to ensure passage of the $850 million through the North Dakota legislature about 12, 13 years ago, and has continued in that steadfast leadership and has been integral in helping to protect and maintain a clear financial picture for the project, and for that we want to thank you. And let's give all of them a round of applause.
You'll get your cigars on Friday. It's the most money I've ever spent on cigars, by the way.
Oh, guys got to come. He's going to be passing them out.
I'd like to thank all the committee members. You know, the manner in which you've always conducted ourselves, even when we disagree on some of these things, has been absolutely professional, and I'm extremely proud of all of you and the small role that I've had in being on the Finance Committee. To the staff, you know, you're an amazing group of people. You know, how we put this together as to find a permanent solution to the flooding of our region. And as Mr. Benson said, it's actually 14 years that I've been involved in this through the chamber and the like. And so it's in good hands. You folks are going to clean this or finish this thing up, and citizens of our region will be the great benefactors of all of your hard work and dedication and commitment, because as we all know, going back to the days of Dennis Wallaker and Darrell Vanyo and some of the Mary Sherling, some of those great early leaders, as well as on the Minnesota side, we were really going up an uphill battle to get this done. But because of the ingenuity and the creativity and the hard work of a lot of good people, we weren't going to be denied. And it's a tribute to all of us and us as members of these communities. So thank you so very much.
And the mayor-elect Josh Boucher is here today, and I just feel regrets that he will not be able to work with the legend Bernie Dardis, but we'll have to see who will fill that position.
Josh has had opportunity to work with Dardis before, and I don't think he's going to miss a thing of it. Our next meeting is July 22nd. Obviously, I'll have a new chairman. With that, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.